Traders, good morning. Good to see you guys in here this morning. There is a lot to look at. Oh my goodness, guys. This morning is hot. If you are a FOMO trader, if you're new to trading, this is your time to shine. If you're into the FOMOing, FOMO is working out right now. It really is. Coin in the house. Elton, Candace, Cody. Good to see all you guys in here today. It's going to be a good day today. Yesterday, I had a red day. It was so frustrating. I managed the risk well. I couldn't get anything working for me. All the trades ended up working, but my timing was way off. And so I just shut it down. Was a frustrating day, certainly. But today, what are we looking at, traders? Well, the market's not looking too bad. 3 trading days already in June, and the Dow Industrial Average is already up more than 3% for the month, including a gain of more than 500 points yesterday. So the S&P 500 has jumped each of the last 4 days, its longest winning streak since early February. All right, so we're seeing the market. Hey, Elton. It's more money than you had before you made it. CoinFox, Savage, GNUS, Mark was your rip. Were you trade those yesterday, Coin? Yeah, I just shut it down. I mean, I ended up losing more than I even wanted to. Took about I didn't take any money yesterday. I literally did not have a green trade yesterday. The problem was every single trade I took yesterday, I was in the money and I didn't lock any in. I was just wanting home runs. So I was red on like 6 trades, about $30 a piece. So it is what it is. I managed the risk okay, but it was a really frustrating day overall. Just not locking in any. Could have been green on the day. I don't know. Was looking for home runs. But it is what it is. Right now, there's so many FOMO traders in the market. We got to keep that in mind. So let's go ahead and dive right into today, traders. I will tell you this. Yesterday, I remember we did go over PRTS. And this one has been on a crazy move. This is one I did try to trade yesterday. It was lighter on volume. PRTS way off the 13 EMA, hit 958 yesterday, and had a crazy sell-off at the end of the day. Yeah, this is one I was in. So, PRTS, killing me. I'm certainly going to watch it today as well. Crazy sell-off at the end of the day. That one is way overextended. But there's a lot overextended right now, guys. But what is the overall theme of the day, of the last few days? Communications sector has been running rampant. Just as Elton was just saying. Elton killing it this morning. CIDM. Cody killing it this morning on GNUS. These are in the communications sector. And what are we seeing? We're seeing short squeezes. Now, this is something we have to be very wary of, traders. I'm not saying like we have to understand what the market's doing right now, and we can be rewarded for bad behavior. Let's just understand that right now. Just because we're green does not necessarily make it a good trade, and because of what we're seeing right now isn't always happening in the market. All these stocks that are just running like madness right now. So let's just keep that in mind. If we are trading, buying high and hoping higher, as is what these stocks are doing right now, that's not necessarily a method that works all of the time. So just understand that. CIDM, this one is buy high, hope higher. The thing I would be wary of and want you guys to understand, though, is yesterday our leading gappers, SECO, SAVA, WISA, and HUGE were all our leading gappers. Well, SAVA kind of held. But yesterday, HUGE, fade all day. SECO, fade all day. WISA, fade all day. So just keep this in mind, because look at this. Yesterday in pre-market, $2 up to $4.23, and this one fades all throughout the day. Now, that 20 is a magic number, guys. I'm telling you. Keep that in mind. The 20 cents is magic. Oftentimes these things will break those levels, and then that will hold. And we're seeing that on some of these stocks this morning that we're about to go over. Coin. Oh, dude, a long TRGP. I thought it might be heavy at the open. Gapped up, resistance right before the open, so I longed and held that most of the day. I don't know how you hold these things all day. Yeah, TRGP, not bad. Yep, just following that 13 EMA. All right, guys. So if you're new in here this morning, our gap up watch list over here in the top left corner, we got CIDM, KZR, XSPA, ENT. These are our leading gappers. We have our gap downs opening up this morning, as well as our bear scan watch list. Now, there are some short plays that have really good potential this morning. I'm really excited to take a look at. And so stay in here. We got a lot to go over this morning, a lot on the watch list. There's some good opportunities this morning, but we have to be snipers, and we got to pick these opportunities well, because there's a lot, and we get paid for the opportunity, not necessarily just our time and throwing random, just throwing shares at everything. We got to be smart. Just wait for the stars to align, and we will take some good entries this morning. All right, so CIDM, let's go over it. 20 million in the float. You guys see that 20 million? That's a relatively lower float. That's why we're seeing this move the way it is this morning. They did come out with some news this morning. The communications sector is wild right now. Just as Elton said, the market is wild. We have to capitalize on it. So, absolutely. Absolutely. And oftentimes that's when I struggle. I'm not going to lie. These are the days that I have the hardest time with, because I kind of go deer in headlights. There's so much out there to trade that I just am like, oh my God, what did I trade? There's so much. And I kind of just get go in like a state of paralysis. CIDM this morning announced the launch of the Bob Ross channel on Roku. Oh man, I understand where the hype's coming from. Bob Ross making his way back. Yeah, that's an automatic buy right there on CIDM. Bob Ross is in his own sector. All right, so they announced the launch of the Bob Ross channel on Roku, an ad-supported live and on-demand streaming platform. All right, so what did we see first? After they announced this quarantine, the weed sector was super hot. Everyone was smoking weed. All their earnings were going up. Now we're seeing this communication sector, TV, music, just pretty much anything related to communications is really getting some heat behind it right now. And GNUS is kind of leading the dance for us. GNUS, that's kind of leading this sector right now. So if GNUS starts failing, would not be surprised if some of these other stocks start seeing a little bit of a selling pressure as well. GNUS is on a massive, massive short squeeze right now. That stock over the last few weeks has gone from roughly 50, 60 cents now to about $9.34 in pre-market. Now, I was doing a little digging on GNUS, and what I did find was, pretty humorous. So the company was about to get delisted from the NASDAQ. They were very, very close to getting delisted. The stock was trading at 5 cents a few months ago. If you trade under $1 under the NASDAQ for like 6 months consecutively, you're getting delisted. So out of nowhere, communication sector gets hot, and now they're back on good terms with the NASDAQ, not going to get delisted. We'll see how long this move is sustained with GNUS. Shorts are very deep underwater right now. The short interest, Yahoo Finance had the short interest updated May 15th, so nearly 3 weeks ago. It was only like 7-8%. Now, that's something we were going over yesterday, something important to look at, because these moves happen like this when there's a lot of shorts, when the stock is heavily shorted. And GNUS certainly was. So is there a play here on GNUS? Absolutely. I'm not the type to buy at 9:30 after the stock's up from 5 cents. But I'm certainly going to be watching this sector. It's GNUS, CIDM. CIDM is running rampant right now. That's the Bob Ross related stock. Now this one, taking a look at its past chart history, what do we see? Clear skies ahead as far as I see. The stock's sitting at 370 right now. I don't see much resistance, but what I do see is important. We see upper wick. So when this stock gets crazy like it does, we see these upper shadows, meaning what goes up comes back down. And as we've said before, Cody, faster the move, the weaker the trend is going to be. So we're seeing a lot of euphoria. We're seeing a lot of people buying this thing on up, thinking it's going to the moon, thinking Bob Ross is here forever. And we'll see if that's going to happen. Now, does that mean that there's not windows of opportunity on the long side? It doesn't. But what we do see is what goes up comes down. So we'll see how long this move is sustained. There's a lot of momentum out there right now. A lot of FOMO traders continuing to push these stocks on up. So that's that's CIDM for us. Just going to mark these off. CIDM. We've gone over GNUS. These are our leading gappers right now in the communications network. Remember, GNUS is going to be leading the dance. Oftentimes, when we do see the one stock where most of the hype and attention is in a certain sector, they do lead the dance. So if they start selling off, the rest of the sector is going to start selling on off. So watch it. Keep it on a different monitor, or keep it on a different chart, just so we're aware, just similar to the SPY, keeping an eye on it so we get a sentiment for the market in that sector. All right, LIVX was gapping up this morning as well. Let me see if that one's relevant anymore. Nope, not really. Hit 624, back down to $4. Volume moved elsewhere. LIVX, we won't really go over that. It's kind of a done deal at this point. But this one was a communications network as well. They released a new unified audio visual smart TV app. Here's LIVX. I was watching it this morning around here. It's just dead at the moment. So most of the hype and attention right now, GNUS and CIDM. Both of these. And they both look very similar, don't they? Both of them have got a next leg on up, and they're both trying to start consolidating. What I do like looking at GNUS is this lower shadow here. It means, okay, there's buyers absorbing orders if you're into this on the long side. This is a crazy move, guys. I'm not one to buy high, hope higher. But there is certainly going to be a play on GNUS and CIDM today on both sides. There's going to be plays on both the long and short side of both of those trades today, I imagine. So we'll see what's going to happen over there. Now, let's get into a couple shorts that we're looking at this morning. I just went over PRTS. That one I'm going to be watching again today, but I'm going to try. It's already at 750. Dang. I was looking at it at 780. Back down to 750. All right, so PRTS, I would like a pop on this if I'm going to re-short it. I'm not going to start shorting it all the way down from 958 to 750. But this one very overextended on the daily, overextended from $1 or $2 up to 958. And these shorts I like to look at, and I know that's not the most exciting. GNUS is where all the hype in the crowd is right now, and so that's where everyone wants to keep their eyes. But I'm telling you guys, some of these short plays that don't have the volume on them, that's why they're good shorts, because they don't have the volume on them, and because people who are currently in them on the long side are now going to profit take. They're going to take their positions off because there's no volume. There's no more volume pushing them up, and that's what inherently makes them just good shorts right out of the gate. So, with that being said, don't leave yet. Just because we're not going over GNUS CIDM doesn't mean there's other plays today. I'm going to be watching all of them. I got 6 charts up on my monitor, and I monitor all of these at the same time. So there's many different opportunities, many different plays out there. Let's not just focus on the one. That's PRTS. I'm going to be watching that today. It's a little lighter, a little liquid. Let's get into a few more shorts. Yeah, I like PGEN too. I remember you brought that one up yesterday, and I really did like that one for a short yesterday. It ended up being a good short yesterday. I did not have shorts here. But yeah, this is what we see yesterday on PGEN. Little symmetrical triangle pattern, gets squeezed together, breaks the support, and ends up cracking, selling on off. This is something to look for, guys. We had a little spike at the start of the day to sell off into this symmetrical triangle. Ends up cracking that. It's a good pattern. I like going back and looking at some of these. All right, let's go to a couple more shorts. There's a few shorts I really like. APPS. APPS this morning, what do we see? Not only the daily is way overextended, this is one of those stocks that 920? The 20 cents is a magic level. Trust me, guys, seen it over and over. I just went over that this morning. See, it tapped 920, came down. All right, so it's tapping resistance on the daily chart. We always look left of the chart. It is way overextended the last few days up to this level. And if we look at intraday, yesterday had a very strong climb. Now we're opening up with light volume on it. just like I went over, we want to see these with lighter volume, such as PGEN that coin brought up yesterday. Look at yesterday on PGN. Very light volume in pre-market. That's good. That's what we want to see on some of these shorts that are way overbought. So APPS, this is what I'm going to be watching. 920, kind of over-under as my resistance. I want to see this sell off at the start of the day. Probably going to scale into it at the start of the day up to 920 and see how it's going to react around that level. It's got to break and hold it, essentially, for me to be out of it. Now, if this gets a really fast move out of the gate, I'll wait for the setup. But if it's looking slow, weak, I'll probably start a position on APPS. That's one I like for a short. What's another one I like for a short? Well, ENT is one I was looking at around 8 o'clock. I did like this one. It's getting a little wild right now. So I hadn't pulled this one up. It's already moved nearly a point. I liked it a little lighter on volume. I don't like all of this. But here's the trend line that it was on yesterday. So the trend's all the way back down to about $4 on ENT. It's getting a little bit of volume here in pre-market. Do have shorts here at CMEG. Here's the last few days. Now, I am keeping in mind how the market is right now. It's absolutely crazy. There's a lot of FOMO traders buying high and hoping higher, and I do not want to be a part of that. Coin NMRK is one we're going over this morning as well. Killing it, coin. I'm just going to let you do these pre-market streams. Killing it, coin. Here's the problem with ENT. We are getting a squeeze. 50-day 13 EMA is breaking above them. I don't like that. That's something I don't like. So I like APPS a little bit better than this. You see how this area has respect to this 50-day moving average before? Upper shadow there. Upper shadow there. It's breaking above it right now. 50 and 13 EMA squeezes, they're a real thing. They happen. So I like it, but we'll see what it's going to do at the open. I like it to come back down to that trend line. I want it fast at the start of the day. Intensity stock watch in the house. Good luck, everybody. Looks like money Thursday. That's always money day for you, Brian. Absolutely killing it. All right, traders, let's go over NMRK, just like CoinFox brought up. NMRK, not a bad one as well. Now, where did he find this stock? Well, I don't know if you found this one off of the Bear Scan watch list, but Intensity Stock Watch, these scanners, NMRK, right here. NMRK, right on the Bear Scan watch list. These pop up. Good short play potentials every single day. NMRK looks very similar to what? Looks very similar to APPS. Looks very similar to some of these other plays, and that's what consistency is. That's what Intensity Stock Watch taught me. Consistency is doing the same thing each and every day, playing the same hands. So NMRK, I would like it to. I like a short out of the gates here, maybe risking off a 608. Probably 620. I like that 20 area. Look at this. It got a 50-day 13 EMA squeeze as well. Very solid day yesterday. We'll see how the market's going to do today. We got a good amount of volume come into it. I like NMRK for the same reasons I like APPS. So both of those interested in for a short. ECO, ECO was absolutely, no, not ECO. SECO. SECO, that one faded all day yesterday. Imagine there's maybe a few more longs in that. A few guys, if it gets a pop, to fade it a little bit further. Coin Mark's a good one as well. I've kind of just been avoiding it mentally because I don't have shorts there. And so it frustrates me to look at some of these stocks I don't have shorts for. Mark is a good one too, though. Candace, Kevin, thoughts on VISL's been gaining steam for the last week? Yeah, VISL. Let's take a look at it. VISL. This one is a penny stock. It has a lot of heat behind it as well. Is this one in the communications network as well? VISL. What's going on here? I don't see any news on it. I'm not seeing news on it, so I'm not sure where this volume's coming from. But VISL, it could just be very oversold, and that's what's happening here. VISL, yeah, it was at 30 cents yesterday. It's the lowest it's ever been. What I do like here is this squeeze, kind of that it did get similar to those other stocks, 200-day, 1350-day. Getting a little bit of a pop up here to about 80 cents. So looking at its past chart history, this stock can move, does have some good range to it. So yeah, I mean the chart's not too bad on it. It's got some volume on it. I just don't know. I don't know why I don't know where the volume's coming from. Unless I don't see any news on it. Unless it's just oversold, you know. We got some shorts kind of covering some positions. Buyers moving into it kind of at a bargain price. That's what oftentimes we'll see on stocks that get way oversold. Guys just trying to pick it up at bargain prices. That's what I like to do too. We are going to have, if you are going to be trading VISL, just keep this chart history resistance in mind. It's about 80 some cents right now. Yeah, we're going to have a ceiling right here at 150, Candace. Draw it out. Yep, about 150 here is going to be tough resistance on it. If $1 is a very tough level to break, Candace, and that's why we're seeing that here in pre-market. It hit 101 and started retracing. $1 is essentially the toughest probably area of resistance for any stock listed in the NASDAQ, just because that's your area of compliance. If you're not above $1, you're getting delisted and going to an unreputable indice. So you got to be above $1. So that's very tough resistance to get above that. I certainly wouldn't be a buyer at $1. If I'd be buying it, it would certainly be on a dip, and understanding $1 is going to be tough, and 150 is kind of the ceiling on it as far as I'm concerned, looking at its past chart history. So just keep those areas in mind if trading it. But let me write all these out for you guys. It is about 9:23 at the moment. We got a lot to look at this morning, traders. It's overwhelming. All right. Coin, you're so nice. Welcoming in new people. If you hit that like button, smack it. Smack that like button. Coin, you get any sleep last night? Or still chaos outside your house? Yeah, CIDM, GNUS, LIVX. Those are kind of our leading gappers this morning, guys. Short sell plays. G is new in here. What's going on, man? Good to see you in here. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, we do this every single morning. Go over, we do some pre-market analysis. So we'd love to have you back. PRTS is one I'm certainly watching for a short as well today. NMRK, APPS. Didn't go over SIG. That one was on my list to go over. SIG for the same reasons as the other one, guys. So write that down. SIG very, very overbought yesterday. 1458 resistance. You will get comfortable with me finding these short plays. Very similar to this. This is something I learned from Intensity Stock Watch. They're very light on volume. Overbought the prior days. Day one, good setup. Pocket pair of kings. Day two, 2 days where it does a move like this, you're going to see some profit taking. So risking over 1458, light volume and after hours pre-market, not bad. SIG, the same setup, so make sure you are fully aware of that. Man, we got a lot to look at today, guys. 5 minutes till the market opens on up. Glad you got some sleep, Coin. I'm going to the golf course today, guys. So I'm trading and I'm getting out. And not going to overextend my stay if the market's not allowing it. With the way I trade, I don't buy high and hope higher. But if that's what the market is right now, I can step back for a little bit. or I can do that, which I don't want to do. So we'll see what's going to happen today. There's a lot to look at, a lot of opportunities. Let's be smart traders. If you're going to be buying stocks such as CIDM, GNUS, just be very, very smart about it and understand your risk before you know your reward, if that makes sense. Know your risk prior to going in the trade before you even know your reward. Many people and amateurs that trade, we all were there. We just can't stop thinking about the profits rather than the risk. There is inherent risk that we need to be aware of before we start thinking about the profit. Gamblers only think about profits, but we're day traders. We think about risk. Manage that risk well, and we're going to have a good day. So let's do it, guys. Good luck to you, and we will see you all first thing in the morning. Smack that like button, guys. Love you. We'll see you then.